All right, I'm gonna try and do this Keto Mojo exercise on video. I already opened a couple of these strips, so I'm gonna try and do this to myself while looking through the video screen, which might be a challenge. The first thing and the thing that prompted me to make this video is that I actually had a hard time with these strips, opening them up. And it came down to like, you know, sometimes you get packaging where you're not sure if you're supposed to tear it this way or what you're supposed to do or whatever. And I finally realized the best way to open these things is you take them just like this and you literally pull down like that and it will open up. Otherwise, you're going to be fiddling around, and if your fingers are, you know, chunky like mine, you're going to have a hard time sometimes getting it out of there. So I just like pull it. That's the motion, right? Not this way, not left to right or anything. It's just literally like tear it in opposite forward and backward directions there. Okay, so what I do is I get these things out and I kind of have them handy because the goal is going to be to only do one finger prick. Like I don't want to stick myself more than I have to, okay? So we're going to get our little meter out here. I think I can zoom out a little bit. There we go. Okay, now we're talking. So I just got this big old pile of these Lancets, which we're going to test out. Hopefully they fit. They should. I think they all fit universally. You know, the different gizmos here. So for this guy, you just twist it and take it off like that. Yeah, if you twist up here, it changes the depth of the, it changes the number. I like 3, but anyway, we'll come back to that in a second. So I take the old one out, I put it aside, I put it with the trash, which is these little things I just opened up, right? I just put that up to the side because of how I'm doing this. I don't want to get the trash confusing me. Okay, good, this works. Then, so you pop that guy in there. You probably heard that it clicked. So that's just because I was pushing it in. And then you'll twist off the little head here. That's exposing the pokey guy, right? Which you can barely see on the screen, at least I can. Glasses aren't strong enough. Okay, so then we're gonna put this back on, just center it nicely, and then find how to get it on there and give it a little twist. And then, like I said, this guy right here, that changes if you hold the bottom firm and you turn up here with your, right? That I believe higher is deeper. I just go for 3. It seems to work fine. Okay, so now I'm going to, and I do the blood glucose first because it's faster. It's not a big deal, but it's just I've done this so many times now. I've poked myself probably 100 times in the last month. So I just pop it in there, give it a little push. The meter's going to come on. That's my signal to go ahead and give myself a nice little poke. So if you do the side of the fingers here, there's less nerve endings there, it seems. So I just get less soreness. So you're going to give it a good firm press over the hole, push the little trigger, bam. And then you're going to coax some blood out. You can see that coming out there. And you need like a good little bead of it. You don't have to go crazy, but something like that, you know. And then you're going to just go up, and your goal is to get the top of that little bubble of blood to meet up with the end of that. There's a little strip there, and there's a hole at the end of that strip, and you just want to touch it gently right there. Oh, I gotta hold it steady, a little more steady. Boop. And you'll see it fill the little tube, and it's already going. Oh, I turned off the beeping. I forgot I did that. Okay, 76. That's crazy low. Oh my God, that's great. Okay, so now I'm quickly gonna pop this out before my finger heals up, and I'm gonna put in the other one. And then I'm gonna squeeze just a little bit more blood. There we go. You want a little bit of a bubble there. You'll get to know it. You just can't have too little or it won't go in there. And we do the same thing there. I think I'm gonna turn that back on, the beeping. Oh man, that's not good. Arrgh. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to prick myself again. I'm just gonna use the same Lancet. Jeez, that's the first time I've ever had to do that because I was kind of looking in the wrong direction there. And sometimes I have a little hard time telling where my finger is in relation to that. That should have done it. There we go. I'm going to turn the beeping back on. I forgot how, and then I just licked my finger. I forgot how, wow, 4. I'm at the absolute top of the scale of what they call GKI, which is basically your blood sugar number against your ketone number. I guess it's the ketones being divided by the glucose. No, it must be the other way around. Anyway, it creates an index, right? So I'm probably going to be at like a 1 on the GKI. The lower the number, the better. I will look that up in a second. I can't do that while I have the video going. But anyway, that's it. That's the whole deal. You know, you're just, if you got a little better eyesight than I do or a little better lighting, you're just touching that little top of the bubble of blood right to the edge of that strip where that little hole for the tube opens up, right in the middle. And when it's beeping, you'll know to pull your finger away because it'll beep telling you that it got the blood that it needs, okay? And that's it. And then you're just going to sync up this device with the app on your phone, which should be pretty straightforward. There's just a little circular arrow that's the syncing. And yeah, that works pretty well most of the time. There's been a couple times I've had to restart my phone and reconnect and stuff, but I'm sure you get the hang of that if you need to. And that's about it. That's how you run your Keto Mojo.